All right, welcome to this meditation on vulnerability. If you've had a difficult time being vulnerable in relationships or using your voice to speak your true feelings, or feel like you tend to put a wall up and flee when things get uncomfortable, then clearing your vulnerability space may be very empowering for you. The goal for this meditation is to clear as much out of your space as you can or are ready to let go of that's keeping you from feeling safe being vulnerable. That doesn't mean that you're opening yourself up to all sorts of crazy energy or to be vulnerable to everybody or, user takers. It's not like that. It's really about being able to clear your space, keep it that's and clear the energies that are keeping you from feeling safe, expressing who you are, being accepted for who you are, being able to be vulnerable with your friends and partners. And this helps to create deeper and more meaningful relationships. This is only a 30-minute meditation, so you probably won't be able to clear everything that's affecting the space, but it'll give you a good start. And it'll give you kind of the template, so to speak, for being able to go back and do this again. And I suggest that you do, if you can, go back and listen to the replay that I'll post to YouTube, because there's going to be other things that come up, and I'll even suggest some that you can look at going forward that we will not have time to cover tonight. So we'll go ahead and get started by grounding our bodies. So close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths and relax. Make sure your back is straight, your feet are flat on the floor if possible, or at least your legs are not crossed, and your chin is level. That'll help you to release more energy, because if your head is tipped down or tipped back, then you may uh, go out of meditation. If your legs are crossed, it doesn't allow you to release as much energy. For those of you who have a current grounding cord, go ahead and release it. Unhook it and allow it to retract into the center of the planet, where it'll absorb right back into the planet. If you are not used to making a grounding cord or don't know how to do that, I'll explain it to you right now. So from the base of your spine, you're going to create a line of energy that attaches you to the planet. Even though we're on the planet, walking around, being a human on the planet, it doesn't mean we're grounded. If you connect the base of your spine or your root chakra into the center of the planet with a line of energy, I like to use a hollow tube that just kind of plugs in at the base of my spine, goes down through the layers and the gravel and all the way into the center of the planet, where it plugs into the crystalline core. That's called the grounding cord. It not only anchors you to the planet, but it is a vehicle you can use with the help of gravity, because once you attach that grounding cord into the center of the planet, it works with gravity to pull energies out of your body that you are choosing to release. Sometimes you can actually even feel the tug on your body once you create a grounding cord. So as we go forward in this meditation right now, the grounding part, I'll call out some energies for you to sense maybe are in your space. So that's in your body or in your energetic space, your aura. And those are energies that, as I call them out, sense where they are and allow gravity to pull them out down that hollow tube into the center of the planet. If you like, you can expand that grounding cord out to encompass your hips, or for those of you who know how to expand it out wider, you can do whatever space is comfortable for you. I like having a wider grounding cord because it just is a way to release more energies with more ease. So if you're going to expand your grounding cord, make sure it's as wide as at your hips as it is in the center of the center of your grounding cord and into the planet. So it's a nice wide, fat, open, hollow tube grounding cord into the planet. All right, so one other thing I'd like you to do is imagine that you can kind of pull your energy in around you as well, so our aura spreads out as we go through the day. When you get home, you probably spread your aura out to touch the walls of the room you're in. So imagine if you could just kind of pull your energy back in around you, so your aura is about 2 to 3 feet around you on all sides. And just will have just for you to have an awareness of how far out your aura is, or your energy field. You really don't want it 10 feet away from you, because then all sorts of things can come in. And so it's very, it's a lot better to have it 2 to 3 feet around you. All right, I'm going to call out some energies for you to focus on, maybe in your space, and allow to release down the grounding cord on your body. With awareness of the energy of your day, whatever you encountered, stress, demands, have a sense of where you might be holding that, and allow gravity to pull it out. Pull it all the way down through the grounding cord into the center of the planet, where that energy is recycled. Imagine it as a big flush, just a big flush of energy, demands, stress, people. Flush them all out of your space and down the grounding cord. If you haven't had a chance to speak all the words you needed to say today, imagine that you could release that energy out of your throat chakra, or the area around your throat, for unspoken words. So tuning into, with your eyes closed, to your throat, release the energy out of that space, and it can flow down through your body and down through the grounding cord. And sense if you've collected up people in your space. That's people from work, partners. Doesn't matter if you are in physical proximity to somebody, people can still get in your space. So that could be uh, energetically, or anybody, anywhere on the planet. If you have a sense that people are in your space, whether you love them or not, doesn't matter. You don't need extra baggage that are taking up space within your space, your aura, and your physical body. So sense if you have somebody in your space and release them. And again, we move through these energies pretty quickly. If you're doing it on your own, I suggest slowing down to take more time to see what's in your space. And especially when we get to clearing vulnerability in just a moment here, take more time. Now, if you haven't collected up your energy in a while, it's a good idea to do that actually daily. So once you ground and release, you want to recapture your energy, otherwise you'll be out of balance. And to recapture your energy, create a symbol above your head where you're sitting, maybe about 6 inches above your head, a large warm golden sun, and have the thought that your energy from wherever you left it, in electronic communication, and people, with people, or in places, that energy can be magnetized back into that sun above your head. I see my energy come back as a vapor into the sun. You could just postulate it's coming back to you. So wherever it is, 360 degrees, call your energy back and direct it into the sun above your head. And then once your energy is in that sun, you simply bring that sun in through the top of your head. As that sun goes into the top of your head, imagine that all that life force energy of yours that you've collected up can fill your body in completely. Some people like to fill themselves in from the top down to their toes, into their fingertips, or you can fill yourself in from your toes up your legs, saturating all your cells and organs, up your torso, down your arms to your fingertips, into the top of your head. You really want to saturate your cells and organs. That's your vital life force energy you're replenishing with. Okay, good. I know most of you know this part about looking at energy clairvoyantly, but bear with me again while I explain it briefly to those who may be new. To look at energy clairvoyantly, you need a place to view the information. So, still with your eyes closed, you need to create a space to look at that. And how you're going to do that is imagine about a foot in front of your head, you're going to create a white blank screen. That's called a reading screen or a viewing screen. It's about a foot tall and a foot wide. It sits about a foot in front of your head. The reason why it's white is it's just easier to see energies on a white screen than it is a darker colored screen, but whatever works for you. And to the base of that screen, you're going to add a hollow tube, which is really a grounding cord. It's a way to anchor the screen in place. Because believe it or not, when you go to clear energies, sometimes energies don't want to be cleared and your screen may start to move around. Okay, once you have your screen in place, you need a container to view the information. That's how you read clairvoyantly, is looking at symbols on your screen. The great thing about looking at a symbol on your screen is it gives you some space, a little more neutrality to what you're seeing. It's a lot easier to clear something on your screen than it is just focusing on an energy that may be stuck in your body. So on your screen, you'll have a choice. You're going to create a symbol. I'll suggest two different types of symbols. It really could be anything, but a couple of symbols that I like to use is the energy of either a clear rose to read the energy of your vulnerability or a clear bubble. So whichever is easier for you to create, I want you to create a symbol in the center of your screen, clear rose or clear bubble. And as you create that, have the thought that it holds your energy on your ability to be vulnerable. And with that thought in mind, and you start to look at what was a clear symbol, you might start to see a lot of textures and colors in that space that are representing energy that's affecting your ability to be able to feel safe being vulnerable. So don't freak out if it's really dark or full, right? That's the goal tonight, is to clear as much as you're ready to clear. So in order to release that energy out to the base of that symbol, whatever symbol you're using, imagine that you can plug a hollow tube in or a grounding cord into the base of that symbol. That's grounding cord goes through the layers of the planet, just like the grounding cord on your body, and it plugs into the crystalline core. And that grounding cord, whenever you make a grounding cord, it always works with gravity to pull the energies out that you are ready to release. And in order to release them out of a symbol, all you have to do is look at that symbol, look at that lumps and bumps and darker textures and colors that you know don't belong in your space. You just say, like silently inside or aloud, I see you, energy, and I'm releasing you down the grounding cord, or you could just nod your head at it. But it's basically calling it out and then watch gravity start to pull it down out of that space into the center of the planet where that energy gets recycled. So give it a first once over right now, releasing what you see. And now I'm going to call out some specific energies to look for in this symbol. The first energy I'm going to ask you to look for is the energy of your parents or your primary caregiver as a child. And what you're looking for is textures or colors that represent programming from your primary caregiver as you were growing up. And the programming is about not being safe in the world. So programming starts young. If your parents didn't feel safe or they told you it's not safe out there, want you to look for that energy, whatever shows up as a texture or color, release it. Okay, again, I'm gonna move a little bit faster here, so you can go back and listen again and look for some of the same energies, or if you feel like it's not enough time for you. Next energy I want you to look for in your symbol is any trauma you are holding on to that is keeping you from feeling safe, being vulnerable. That could go all the way back to birth. I'll even say past lives. We don't have enough time tonight to look at past lives. So you could go back and, set yourself up with the same symbol and ask to be shown past life energy. But right now, go back as any trauma that you're aware of or that illuminates in this space, going back all the way to birth, and whatever illuminates in that symbol, go ahead and release it. Okay, the next energy to look for in your symbol is the energy of your mother. So it could be um, your mother's energy around being vulnerable. It could be where you were programmed again by your mother to feel uh, fearful about being vulnerable. So really kind of what you are looking for is where your mom's energy is sitting in your space. And that could be for a lot of different reasons, but just an overall concept with this is look for where in this space your mom's energy is affecting your ability to feel vulnerable. Well, let's just even say in relationships, um, being able to express yourself. Because your mom's energy could be in that space, it's hers, and you're thinking it's yours. So whatever you see in this space, especially if you had a volatile mom or a mom that punished through silent treatment or anything, be sure to look for her energy in this space and release it. And if you're feeling activated in your physical body while I call these energies out, remember you have a grounding cord on your body. So you might want to take a couple of deep breaths, focus in on your physical body and where you're feeling that energy. So it releases out of your body and also out of the symbol, which is still releasing energy out of your body, but you might be so activated that you need to focus on your physical body as well. And now you're going to do the same for your father's energy. Ask to be shown the energy of your dad in this symbol that's affecting your ability to feel safe, being vulnerable. Whatever you see, release it. And if you had a volatile dad like I did, he was a yeller and could be scary. Again, you might be really lit up. So and that creates not feeling safe, right? So whatever you see where your dad is affecting this space for you, release it. And we don't really have time to go back through the lineage, but traumas and energies that are brought forward through the lineage. You could go back another time and listen to this, or do it just on your own if you don't need the replay, and release the lineage on your mother's side and your father's side that was brought forward into your life from their traumas or whatever it was in that space that you are believing it's not safe to feel vulnerable or be vulnerable. So I would say go back and do the lineage as well. All right, we're going to move on to look at the energy to release, where past friendships or romantic relationships, where you did not feel safe being vulnerable with that friend or partner, and that energy could be present in this space and affecting your other relationships or future relationships. So whatever you see around friendships or partnerships, past or present, go ahead and release it. I'll give you some time because that's kind of a big one. Okay, I want you to focus on your symbol and look for the energy of punishment. So perhaps when you've expressed yourself in the past, you were punished. That can show up anywhere from birth to present time. That could be in family relationships, friendships, partnerships. So I want you to look for the energy around punishment, see what lights up in that space, and whatever you see, release it. Make sure it goes all the way down the grounding cord into the center of the planet. And when I'm saying punishment, for even maybe even speaking up, right? Using your voice, where a lot of times parents try to control you or speaking up, and of course kids are vulnerable. So as I say that, and you're looking for the judgments again, you might feel your body get activated, and you might feel it in your throat chakra. So if you're feeling that, remember, you can release that energy out of your throat, focus on allowing it to flow down through your body, down the grounding cord into the center of the planet. Okay. I want you to take a look for any control energy in your space. So any energy that is controlling your ability to feel safe being vulnerable. I want you to take a look for that control energy, and wherever it shows up in that symbol, release it. When I say control energy, you may even see people in this space. And if you see a person, just send them down the grounding cord like they're sliding down a slip and slide. It doesn't hurt them, but you really don't want them hanging out in your space, still controlling you. And, another way to kind of look at this is, like, sometimes I'll look at it like, how much trash is there to take out? If we carry our luggage with us into the next relationship or whatever, it could be work related, not feeling safe speaking up, or in a relationship, friendship, like, and we carry our suitcase full of our wounds and our trash with us, so to speak. You could visualize it this way, as how many suitcases are you unpacking? Or sometimes I just see like big, black, hefty trash bags, and it's like, how many of those do I need to move out of this space? So if you could imagine that bags of trash or suitcases are coming out of this space, whether you know what they are or not, it doesn't matter. You can start moving them out, and you could move them into to the right of your symbol. You could create a big gold bubble and just start moving bags of trash that still have to do with the junky junk that is affecting your ability to feel vulnerable, wherever that energy comes from. If you have some trash, so to speak, to take out, just move those trash bags into that gold bubble, and I'll give you a moment, and then I'll tell you what to do on the other side of moving it out. That could be full of fears and worries, insecurities. I see some of you moving more punishment out as well. I can really feel some of you are activated. I can feel it in my own body. So remember, if you're feeling activated in your solar plexus, your third chakra, your heart, your throat, be sure to take a couple of breaths and release it out of your body. So as you move those trash bags into that gold bubble, all you have to do is, now it's moved into that gold bubble, all you have to do is visualize like a pin, and you can pop that bubble to disperse the energy. It's just like pop, that energy just gets neutralized. You could see it turn into a billion little speckles of gold, or just pop and it's dismissed. That was really good. You guys, I can really feel some of you released a lot right there. Um, I will suggest that you go back and do this again with energies that you know are affecting you. And over the next few days, you might even think of some more you want to release. And I would also suggest going back and looking at your siblings if you have them. Because, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, if you need to, if you feel like there's some energy that's affecting you with those relationships as relationships as well. But we're going to go ahead and take care of this symbol now. I think that's quite a bit of releasing. So in order to bring this up to a higher vibration and fill in all the spaces and gaps where you released that energy, go ahead and visualize a warm golden sun above this symbol. So on the screen, sitting right above that symbol is a large warm golden sun, and you bring that sun in through the top of the symbol and have that gold saturate to the edges of your symbol, whether it's a rose or bubble. So we're raising the vibration up. And you can always talk to your symbol, right? So you can right now ask your symbol for a percentage between 0 and 100%. Say 100% is the most. What percentage do you still need to work on releasing energy out of this space, and get your number? And that's just for reference for you. Yeah, and when you're working the symbol again, you could say, okay, what percentage is my mother's energy still affecting my ability to be vulnerable? So you can always ask, talk to your symbol, get information, get the numbers. And then you're like, okay, well, all I'm going to do is postulate that that percentage still releases that has to do with my mom. Okay, now I'm going to see what percentage is my dad still affecting this space, or an ex partner. or a trauma, and then you just keep releasing as much as you're ready to do at one sitting, because you can't release it all. Your body would not be able to process it all at one time anyway. And then when you're done, you fill it in with gold. And we'll finish up right now, so you'll understand how to finish that off. So we're going to raise the vibration up again by filling it in with energies that we want to reset it to. So visualize above that symbol one more golden sun. And now we're going to put some energies in there that we want to reset this space to. You could see them as words written in gold floating into the sun above the symbol, or you could just have the thought that those energies are floating into that sun. Let's start with filling that sun in with, I'm safe expressing myself. I'm safe being vulnerable. I'm safe setting my boundaries. Certainty, personal power, validation, meaning, validating yourself as you are as a soul, strength, courage, self-love, whatever you feel like you want to put into this space of vulnerability, you can add those energies. And then bring that sun in through that symbol and saturate it one more time to the edges of the symbol, really saturating it all with all those yummy, beautiful energies. And then to disperse the energy of that symbol, you can either create a gold bubble, move it into the bubble and pop it, or move that symbol into a gold rose and blow it up. You just don't want to leave what you're looking at on your screen. You need to clear your screen off. Okay, really good job, you guys. Now let's focus back on yourself. Above your head, you're going to be filling in your own body. So create another golden sun about 6 inches above your head. And you're going to be adding energies into this, kind of like what you just did with the sun above the symbol. And remember this, it's really important to set your energy for how you want to vibrate, right? When we feel vulnerable, we don't feel safe, but our house can't protect us. Our car can't protect us. We really set the energy in our aura. And how do we set the energy in our aura? And to vibrate out what we want to have, because that's what we vibrate out, we attract back. So you do that by setting it in the golden sun with all those postulates. So in that sun above your head, imagine that you could add the energy, I am safe and protected when I'm vulnerable. I'm safe being vulnerable. Joy, self-love, maybe some grace and ease as you are shifting your energy. Personal power, validation, anything else that you want to add into this space to set your energy. So that energy will vibrate out through your chakras, into your body, and into your aura, and that's what people will feel. So if you set your boundaries and feeling safe, you will start attracting people in where you feel safe, expressing yourself and your ability to be vulnerable. Okay, so whatever you've put into that sun, bring that sun in through the top of your head and saturate your cells and organs again. I would even run some of that gold all the way down your grounding cord into the center of the planet. So you're grounded with those energies from the center of the planet up through all of your cells, your organs, your fingertips to the top of your head. And know that over the next few days, you may feel really sensitive on this topic as it starts to clear out. So don't be surprised if more energy comes up about being vulnerable or being fearful of being vulnerable. That's just the energy clearing. Okay, when you are ready, you can take a couple of deep breaths, open your eyes, and come out of trance. Thanks for being here. Have a great night. See you next month.